Now let me know if this sounds a little bit familiar to you. You're doing okay with your ex, you're talking, maybe you're connecting all right, and things seem okay, they seem well enough, they seem decent, but you're still not where you want to be, and you're not even really sure how your ex feels about you. Maybe they're meeting up with you, maybe they're talking with you, but you don't know if they're just doing it to be polite or if they really want to be there. Now today we're going to be talking about how to know how your ex truly feels about you and what you can do to start to reveal this. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video, so please stay tuned. Hey there, it's Clay with modernlove.life. So if you're in one of these sort of, okay kind of situations, you might be thinking, oh, it's nice, it could be a lot worse. Maybe they won't talk to me or something like that, but this is at least okay. But how do you actually get past okay? How do you actually know how they really feel about you? And how do you know what the main obstacle is that you can work on? Because oftentimes people do find themselves in these sort of somewhat acceptable kind of situations, but it's still not where they want to be in terms of their connection, in terms of what they want and what they're looking for in their relationship. What we want to do is we want to take this sort of ambiguous sort of feeling of like, hey, things are okay, but they're not where I want them to be. What do I need to do? And we want to start to focus in on what is actually stopping the two of you from getting closer together. And if we look at what's usually going on in these circumstances, it's okay, you're operating sort of within a bubble of something that seems comfortable, but you're not quite where you want to be in terms of the commitment or the connection or whatever. So what do we do? Well, what we need to do is we need to step out of that comfort zone. And you can think about this as if you were, dropped into the middle of a dark room and you didn't know sort of the layout of the room. You didn't know if there was furniture here or if there was a wall over there or whatever. You didn't know how things were. And you just knew that you wanted to get to the other side. Now, there's two things that you can do. Now, you could just, make a big move and just lunge into the darkness and risk, smacking yourself in the face when you smack into a wall, or, trip over a chair and just, break your foot or leg or something like that when you collapse. You could do that. And a lot of people do basically do something like this when they make a big move with their ex. They send them a heartfelt letter, they confess their undying love, they do a grand romantic gesture or something like that. That's not generally the best kind of idea. I think probably most of you feel that. It feels a lot risky. It feels like you're opening yourself up to a lot of pain and hurt, like especially if you imagine that you were actually in that dark room. What you can do instead, we'll get to in just a moment, but if you do like this video, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel, and most importantly, please make sure you hit the notification bell when you are subscribing, because hey, I'm certain that wouldn't hurt your chances of getting back together with your ex, so why not just tap that notification bell as well too. The alternate way of getting through the dark room is to just sort of gently use your hands to feel into the darkness and say, oh, it seems like there's a wall over here. Okay, probably don't want to lunge in that direction. Okay, it feels sort of open in this direction, but over here, I'm sensing that there's maybe like a chair or maybe a bookshelf or something over there. Okay, so I should probably move in this direction. Okay, let's just sort of feel the space over there and take one little step forward and one little step forward and then feel around a little bit more and see what things are like over there. That's usually how most people would probably navigate through a dark room. And in a similar sort of way, you want to do this emotionally when it comes to your ex. If things are okay the way that they are right now, but you're not really sure how your ex feels about you or where the main obstacle is that you should be focusing on, what you want to do is you want to say, okay, what to me seems like it's just outside of that comfort zone between where it feels safe to do something and it's like, I don't know, that doesn't feel quite right. So maybe if the two of you are having nice platonic conversations or something, what would happen if you tried flirting a little bit? Nothing huge, but what if you just complimented them and said, hey, I think that thing that you did was really sexy or something like that. Or what if you just complimented them in some simple kind of way? Would you get some pushback? If so, okay, maybe that's letting you know that there's too much romantic pressure in that situation. Or if you don't get any pushback at all, maybe that boundary of that comfort zone was all in your mind the whole time. And now suddenly it's totally okay to flirt. And now suddenly your comfort zone has expanded a little bit, and now you can move forward and then feel into that darkness again and say, okay, if flirting is okay, maybe doing something like making physical contact when the time is right is okay. Maybe I can, hug, or maybe we can hold hands, or maybe we can do something else when the time is right. These are ways that you can start to navigate through that dark room and start to get a little bit clearer. Now, the point here is not just to have this sort of smooth sailing through the dark room, although that may happen. You might find, okay, flirting is fine. Okay, physical contact is fine. Okay, someone else is okay as well too. Okay, having the talk about getting back together is okay. And, boom, you're just there. That can happen. In which case, hey, congratulations. You have a great new relationship. But if you do get some of this pushback along the way, that's going to let you know. It's going to be valuable feedback that lets you know how your ex is feeling and what you need to focus on, instead of just sort of having this ambiguous thought of, well, gee, we're not where we want to be, but I don't know why. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what I should be focusing on. Now we're going to start to know a little bit more. Again, maybe it's that romantic pressure. Maybe it's trust, and they don't feel comfortable opening up more emotionally, in which case, okay, there's maybe something else you need to do. Maybe it's something else. I don't know. But until we start feeling into that darkness, we're not going to know what the geography of that room is. We're not going to know where the places are where we're going to get that pushback and where we need to focus on emotionally. That is probably what you want to be focusing on at this point. Now, through all of this, you might be wondering, okay, great. Well, when I start to get that resistance, what should I be doing? And that's where what we call advanced relational skills can be hugely helpful and beneficial for you. So what I'd really recommend you do next is to check out this video playlist right over here on what we call advanced relational skills. They'll help you to navigate through the emotional challenges of reconnecting with your ex and demonstrating to them that there's a good possibility that the two of you can have a great relationship together. Check it out, and I'll see you right on over there. Take care.